It's February. Love is in the air. You can feel it. You can touch it. You can see it. A sea of red. I'm not talking about hearts. I'm talking about the blood and the heartaches and the backstabbing from all the pain that people fear from love. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. I like what the wedding singer guy, Adam Sandler, said. Love stinks! To love I say! Love sucks. Why? It's in the same way that most people who are afraid of the dark, scared because their parents probably locked them up in a dark closet or under the coffin or something like that. I've been traumatized myself on my first date. Let me share with you my first date. And I'll go through it using the word sucks. So like in any North American dates, it usually starts off with a dinner movie. Being 17, grade 11, I was very young. I had no idea what I was doing. So the first thing I did was did a dinner movie, of course. So the first with S is stomach. Now I was young and naive. I didn't really know anything about making conversations. So I actually looked it up online on conversation starters. I wrote it with a black pen on my left hand. This is not going to turn out well. You will find out later why. But I wanted to be sophisticated. Kate. Her name is Kate. She's a little bit taller than me. I grew up very slowly. I wanted to be sophisticated, so I brought her out to a sushi place. Now, I've never had sushi before. I really didn't even know how to spell sushi. So I brought her to the sushi place, got inside, she ordered a sushi boat. She's had a lot of sushis before. And I saw this green blob on the side. I thought it was guacamole. Put a whole chunk in my mouth. Now that guacamole was not avocado. It was horseradish mixed with fire and hell. Snot started coming down my nose. My goodness. I couldn't find anything to wash it down. So I actually grabbed a piece of sushi, put it in my mouth. Being the first time, the taste of seaweed actually made me throw up inside a little bit. I didn't want to look like a fool, so I actually swallowed it back in. Now Kate thought this was all funny and cute, so we continued on. Stomach, and then the next part is underage. So we went to the movie finally, got inside, I was going to buy the tickets. So we come up to the attendant and ask her, can we buy 2 tickets? The attendant asked, looking up at Kate, who's taller than me, looking down at me, who was a little bit shorter. Is that 1 child and 1 adult? No, we're both 17. She goes on to say, oh, I'm sorry, hon. I actually thought she was your older sister. Now, come on. Yes. Ages look younger than the age. I don't look like I'm 27, do I? But to say that she's my older sister, how am I supposed to kiss her now at that night? How am I supposed to kiss with that image of in my head that she's my sister? It is ruined. It's not possible even. So we finally got the tickets. First is stomach, underage. Next is X, which is exploit. Being inside a dark place with a guy and a girl. Of course, most guys would do is exploit the situation, if you know what I mean. So, I was practicing my moves, and like I said, being that Kate is taller than me, I actually had to look up online on how to do the move. Because I can't just go the normal way, it's like, she's taller than me. It's not possible. It's just not physically possible. So I found this really neat idea I found online, which suggests the online webpage that suggested that I drop my phone on the ground and ask Kate to pick it up for me. And once she comes back up, my hand is already in there, so that it's already there, right? It's pretty smooth. That was pretty smooth. That's pretty cool. So I dropped my phone. This actually wasn't my phone. Being 16 or 17, I didn't have a phone, so it was my dad's. I dropped the phone. I asked, hey Kate, can you pick that up? She started to look for it. I can't find it. I started freaking out. It was my dad's phone. It was a BlackBerry, and back then BlackBerries were very expensive. So I started scrounging around, started touching people's leg. People must have thought I'm a pervert. Kate must have thought the same way. But I actually just asked her honestly, hey, I just wanted to put my hands around you. And she's like, okay, so she just moved a little bit forward and I put my hands around her. I wanted to destroy that. I finally had my hands around her. But you know what happens when a guy and a girl gets physical? Heat happens. So I started sweating. I started sweating so bad. I couldn't find a napkin. So what did I use? My hand. And what was on my hand? It was the conversation starters with the black ink.
Oh no.
Started rubbing on my face. When the movie ended and the lights went up, not only did snot come down my nose, not only did my ego get bruised by being called younger brother, the black ink was all over my face. I didn't have a car, so I actually had to end it pretty early, called my mom, we got home. Now, me and Kate now talk. We laugh about the situation. Now you can see why I think love sucks. Stomach, underage, and exploit. People say love sucks, but I think it's a necessary part of life. It makes the world a little bit better. Makes the world a little bit more fun. Some people say that romantic love, you can't live without it. But you know what? I think oxygen is more important. I'll just settle with that.
Thank you, Ramli.